Hi everybody, welcome to a new tutorial from Sound for More. It's Leo speaking. Today I'm going to show you how you can chain different scenes inside your Phantom. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. So why is it important to chain scenes? Well, for example, you might be performing live and you might be wanting to move from one scene to the next, and as you move from one scene to another one, your settings will change. Your instrument, for example, preset will change based on different zone or based on what you recorded, for example, for each of the scene. I will create a number of tutorials on how to use scene chain or chains of scenes, because they become quite handy, particularly when you're performing live. And I want to show you also how to trigger different scenes and then to fire pattern, etc. But those will come in the next tutorial. So let's start with this first tutorial to explain how the chain set works. So underneath the select button, just on the right hand side of your display, there is a button which says chain. Click on it. So as you can see, you have at the top of the selection of the chain set. It says chain set there. And the first one is called initial scene chain. If you press on it like so, then you have the list of the chain set. At the moment, they're all empty. Perfect. Select the first one and press OK. Next, you have a utility button. If you click on it, you can copy the chain set, swap it for another one, or also initialize it. I find the initialize it really nice because it brings it back to the default, so empty. You have an edit button, okay, and underneath you have the pages here up to 32, and all the different blocks here will contain a different scene, which you configure in a moment. Underneath you have the stereo width, which you can change, and then you also have a mark jump, which is very useful because it allows you to jump to different marks or markers within the chain set. Now, how do we create a chain set? Well, we press on the edit button. When you press on the edit button, it changes a little bit. So you are on the first block, but you can change that. I'll show you that in a moment. And it says next. So you go underneath, you say, there is a button which says select scene. Click on it and then select a scene. You can also search for a scene, look at your favorite, and when you're done, press OK. And as you can see, it will say A, okay, for bank A001 scene. And then it moves to the next one in terms of telling you that is what you should put the next one. Okay, you could decide, for example, to copy. So you have the first one selected, click copy. You go to the next one and then click paste. And in that case, you copied scene that was on the first block to the second one. Okay, so it's very simple. So in that way, you can also cut, okay, you can also insert, and you can also delete. So let's delete that one. Okay, so we are again on the second block where it says next. Let's select a different scene, for example, the second one, and we carry on like this. So let's select the third one, maybe, or fourth one. Oops, let's do this again. Third one, then we go to the next one. We select a fourth one, so you need to remember to go to the next block like so. Okay, when you're finished, of course, you press write and it writes that. So let's click write and it has completed. Of course, you can also change the name. So click edit and you can go in and select rename and then you can give it a different name. Okay. Now you can also activate a marker. So let's go, for example, to block number 4, and where it says marker here, you just use your knob underneath the display, the first one, and you give it a marker, for example, 1. Okay. And it will say 1 at the top there. So press right. Okay. Now you can use the arrow here again on the left side and right side of this box which says mark jump. So if you go to the first one, because there are no marker activated, it goes to the top of the chain set. Now if I go to the next one, if I press on the right arrow, it will go to the next marker like so. Or what you can do, if you press again and there is no marker, it goes at the end. So let's go at the top. Now you can click also on the mark jump box here and you can select the marker yourself and it goes directly into the marker. Okay. So remember also that as you move between markers, you have different options as well based on the scene that you have selected, right? And you see underneath what you have available that you can change. All right. Okay, and this is how it works. So now, for example, we can go to scene number 1, play, and then when we finish, we can move on the next one, just pressing on that scene, or we can use the mark jump. As you can see, as I moved from one scene to the next, it actually cut the sound. If you want to avoid that, you need to go on menu, you need to go on system, you go under general, and you scroll down at the bottom where it says scene remaining. You activate that to on, and it will keep the sound on as you move from one scene to the next. However, there is a limitation on the Phantom O that when scene remain is on, it will allow you only to use the first 8 zones. If you indeed have, for example, the big Phantom, the Phantom 6, 7, or 8, then you will not have that limitation because it has additional hardware, and it will allow you to do scene remain for all the 16 zone, which is quite nice. Okay, so but just to demonstrate, let's put that on. Let's press exit, exit again, and now let's move from one to the next. See, the sounds kept. So it's really nice to have scene remain on, but again, remember that when you have that on, only the first 8 zones will work on the Phantom O. Of course, that might give you also a challenge. For example, if you have a drum part on zone number 10, so you have to move that drum into the first 8 zone. Okay, I'm going to stop here for this first tutorial. Next time, I'm going to show you how we can create different scenes which also have different rhythm patterns, how to activate them, okay, in the chain set. I hope you enjoy. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.